It's been 3 years since I last uploaded a video. I got a lot to catch up on. I'm installing this aluminum radiator and these pusher fans that I painted white. I'm trying a different style of recording, and I'm going to just voice over everything. I'm using this Prestone cooling system cleaner to clean out my cooling system before I install the new radiator. As you guys can tell, all over the engine bay, wherever the coolant has kind of just overheated and dried up everywhere, it just looks like poop water. So I started out by taking off the AC fan. It's just, for me, it's just 2 bolts, and then the fan comes out and the plugs. And then right at the bottom is the radiator drain. So you just loosen that and let it drain out. Drain it out into this mop bucket, and as you guys can see, it is literally completely orange. It's like rust water, basically. And as you guys can tell from the cap, it is completely dirty, just rust water. So I pour this stuff in, and then you're supposed to add distilled water. After that, you reinstall everything and go ahead and start it up, make sure it runs and everything. Supposed to go for a drive. Now you can leave this in the system for a little while. I went and bought a new radiator cap, and I picked up the radiator because I forgot to grab it from my house. And then I drained out the system cleaner with the distilled water. I went ahead and rinsed it out with more distilled water, so I filled up the system again. As you guys can see, it's like bubbling up. The cleaner is still in the system, so you gotta rinse it out. Once I did that, I drained it. And these are the fans I'm going to be installing. What I did was I took it apart, and there's like a retaining clip that you take out, and the fan blade just comes right off. And then I had to buy new retaining clips. I got them from Harbor Freight. So this is the radiator that I'm going to be installing. It's decent quality. It's basically the name brand radiator without the branding on it. So it's at a discounted price. I got it from eBay. The link will be in the description. You gotta take out these 2 block offs for the coolant temperature sensor. This is only for 91 to 93. And then it's a 22 millimeter to install these sensors. I'd recommend buying new ones because the ones that I got don't work 100%. So then I just take off the upper hose for the radiator completely. And then I'm taking off just the thermostat side of the lower hose. Unplug the main harness passenger side cooling fan. Once you do that, you can take out the 4 12mm bolts that hold the retaining brackets for the radiator. Fortunately, I dropped this one into the headlight bucket, but I don't need it. So I pulled the radiator out, and this is how it looks. It's pretty crusty, it's been leaking, and all the fins are damaged. Now this is the main, this is the AC fan, and this is another AC fan that I modified to fit. I just reused the resistor from the engine cooling fan, and I kind of taped up the harness and everything. You have to cut this off at the bottom, this little leg here, to get it to fit. Once you do that, it fits pretty much like OEM. It's just a slimmer radiator.
Well, this one doesn't fit right, but it's hitting the right here, the lower mount, so this has to be trimmed, and then up here has to be trimmed as well. I don't know if the original fan fits, but my AC fan doesn't, so alright, so this one only really fits in one place, so there's no adjustment on that. But this one I can slide around, but those are about even, so I'm just gonna stick them on there. So they're pretty tight, and I only have 2. Just gonna snip these off.
I only put the 2 bottom fan ties. Ooh. And there isn't 2 on the top. It sits pretty good. It's not going anywhere.
Looks kind of funny. All right, radiator's in. Does it fit right? No. So everyone complains about these, and I just kind of flipped them around. The square part's supposed to be over here, but I put it over here. 1 bolt in. It's not going anywhere. Hoses fit well. Hoses fit here. I just plugged it in here, and hopefully that doesn't. Hopefully I don't have a problem with that. But I'm gonna have to rewire this. This is coming out anyways. I will be rewiring that, and I also have to wire the pusher fans. But yeah, she's in. It fit down in the bottom pretty nice, and I'm just gonna tighten this up for now, and this one too. Those are plugged in. This is plugged in. Sensors are plugged in. So yeah, tighten it up, fill it up with water, start it up. Hopefully these fans work, or the sensors work at least.
Fill the system with mainly distilled water. And then top it off with coolant. Install the new radiator cap and just get rid of the old one.
On. Nice. So the low speed works. Yeah, buddy. Check the top gauge. Belt sounds atrocious. Let me turn the AC on and see what happens. Yep, let's go. Alright, so I got everything installed. I cut these brackets here and here, so it would sit better. The fan, I had to notch right here, and I cut it off all the way. And on the bottom I cut like a little square so that mounts up, and then that shit's hot. I have one of the wires here for the AC high temp switch.
So right here, I just want to point out that this is the wrong switch you want to tap into. You actually want to tap into the black plug, because the high temp AC fan only comes on when you turn the AC on. So if the high temp switch on the radiator comes on, it turns on the AC fan low side. It doesn't actually turn it on high. So if you want the fans to come on whenever the radiator high temp switch comes on, then you'll have to tap into the black plug. But if you only want these fans to come on when you turn the AC on, then you can tap it into the gray plug.
All the way through. And then this wire goes over to my 2 relays that are under here. They're both mounted here. I didn't want to drill any holes, so I just mounted them here. And then I have them all, basically they're both spliced together. So the grounds are spliced together and the positives spliced together. They're spliced together into this fuse for the 12 volts, which goes to my distribution block for the battery relocation. And then I have the 2 grounds that are spliced together. They come right here and they ground right there. And then these are the 2 grounds for the fans. The 2 powers for the fans go into the relay. That's basically it. That's all you need. Same thing for the switch. The switch is spliced in together and goes to each relay. Then I just now put this tubing here just to kind of clean it up a little bit, but it's not perfect. But yeah, this is pretty much as good as I care to get it. And here's how they look. All right, so here's the fans. Here's how it looks from afar. She looks good, and that's what you see when you're driving by. All right, turn them on. So AC is on, fans are spinning.
So that's pretty much going to conclude this video. I think the car looks great. If you guys can't tell already, the inspiration is the Thailand 3000 GT wide body build. I don't know who owns it exactly, but it looks pretty good. And although they have a different type of fan, but I like the way that mine came out. And definitely when I get a front lip and I do a lot of the things that I've been wanting to do when it comes to the cosmetic of the car, I think it'll really come together nicely. But I'm gonna end the video here. If you guys made it this far, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright, so if you made it even further, all the way to the end, first of all, the dedication is insane. But I'm gonna show you guys a teaser of the next video where I do my throttle body. And guys, it just sounds crazy.